Grades, essays, and extracurricular activities. Now, when someone talks about what the most important part of a college application is, these are the typical things that come to your mind. But there's one thing that can really help you stand out and elevate your profile. That is called a passion project. So what is a passion project and why should you care about it? Now, this is an independent student-led project that you can do as an individual or in a group, and you have no push from your school or grades pressurizing you to do it.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
So basically ये होता क्या है, एक ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट जो तुम खुद अपने आप करते हो, इसके लिए कोई मार्क्स नहीं मिलते, कोई टीचर करने को नहीं बोलती, and in short तुम अपना पैशन ढूंढ रहे हो. And for like a couple months, you work on this project either individually or in a group. But in short, it's something that you do by yourself just because you're interested in some subject, for example. So some examples of a passion project include things like maybe working for a non-profit organization, writing a book, creating an online presence like a blog or YouTube, for example, or even just starting a small business. You don't have to be super successful and like be featured in like Forbes or something to call this a passion project. The whole goal is you did something, went out of your way, took time out of your schedule to work towards something that you liked. Now, let's take me for example. When I was in grade 8, I did a passion project as such. At the time, I didn't know that this was a passion project, but basically in the summer, I took basketball lessons for the societies like kids. I taught young kids how to play basketball and made them play like these small group matches. And I really learned a lot, just like very fundamental business skills, entrepreneur skills, and so many more interpersonal skills, which really helped in communication and such. So for me, this was my passion project when I was in grade 8. And you know, you don't always have to kind of like do this with the mindset that ye mere ko college application mein help karega. The goal is that you work on something that you actually like. Even if it doesn't make it in your college application, the least it will do is help you understand what you're interested in. So by this point, you've probably realized that finding a passion project and starting isn't as easy as it sounds. So this is where I'd like to introduce you guys to Curricular. But what they do is they help you throughout the college application process. But in today's video, I want to introduce their Prep for College program, which is their 2-month program that helps you work and start on your passion project. Now, whether it's a research-based project, an internship, a non-profit, or simply a startup, they guide you throughout the way. And guess what? Ivy League universities are looking for these precise passion projects, and this is something that can really help you stand out. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from someone who's actually gone through this program.
I personally worked with Sarah and she helped me think of ideas for the COVID-19 essay, the additional info, common app, supplemental essays, and much more.
You guys can check out Curricular using the link in the description below for their Prep for College program. So what makes these passion projects really appealing to colleges? Now, this is just my opinion and this is what I personally think. But in short, if a student is doing a passion project, it shows that he or she is taking time of stressful schoolwork, assignments, homework, tests, and whatever other activities that student already has going on. They're working on something that is meaningful to them, being proactive. And in short, colleges love to see this. It is a personality trait that they treasure. Now, what this shows when you do a passion project is that you are motivated, you're disciplined, and you have your own personal goals to achieve something that you've set your mind to. All right, so let's do a quick exercise together to understand how you can start and develop your passion project. So the first step is to understand what your focus and interest is so you can work towards solving that problem. Now, this sounds really intimidating and honestly, it might be the toughest step to start. But you don't have to start big. I mean, nobody's asking you to find the cure for cancer or anything. That's not the expectation here. You have to start small. For example, let's say that you really like, the nature and plants in general. So you can work towards maybe some environmental conservation activities in your society or in your community. Another thing that you can do is maybe look for a lack of some resources in your schools, like maybe the topic of mental health isn't given as much awareness and attention as it should. So you can kind of take that initiative and lead a whole group of people to create awareness and start that club in your school. It just needs to be a small step, but it shows that you took that first step and started something. Step number 2 is to find a mission statement. Now, as easy as it is to identify where and what topic you want to start in, you shouldn't forget what you're working towards. Just saying that, oh, I'm going to help my school build a club, or I'm going to work in this wildlife sanctuary, that's not a passion project, that's just a topic. Your mission statement is, in that topic that you've decided, what is the problem that you're trying to solve, and why is that a problem that needs to be solved? These are two important things that keep you goal-oriented and make sure that you don't lose sight of what you're trying to achieve in the first place. So let's look at a couple examples where these passion projects actually stood out and helped students get into their dream university. The first one is a student that I personally worked with, and she was interested in a degree in computer science. And one of the passions that she had and a gap that she identified in her community was the fact that a lot of women were not involved with coding and programming in general. So what she decided to do was she had some like web cafes near her house. I think India still has these, like, you know, like those shops where you just go and you have like various computers and you can like use the internet. And she hosted these weekly classes there to just help girls come in and teach them how to code. They were very basic coding skills, nothing too big, nothing too, fancy, but it helped them at least develop an interest and create awareness that this is a career path for women in STEM. It was an absolutely wonderful initiative that she started, and this was a great example of a passion project that she did. The second example is actually my own. I just remembered that I worked in this spot, clean and fix project. It was basically a community development project at the HSR layout in the BDA complex. I'm pretty sure those walls are still there, but way back a couple of years ago, it was kind of like broken and really like dirty. A group of students, about 100 students, got together. We pitched in the money to buy paint, cleaning supplies, and whatnot. First, we cleaned the entire area, the HSR BDA complex, the entire thing from the outside, just like sweeped and all that stuff, and painted all of the walls red. I don't know why we did that color, but it was just a fantastic experience. We were exhausted by the end of the day, but I think I learned so much in terms of, just like team building and just helping as a community. Like there were so many students that we just didn't know that came together from different schools, all to just work on this one cause. Now, I know that wasn't like a long-term passion project, but it was really something that I went out of the way to do. It was my own decision to do it. And moreover, it really resonated with me. So that was something that, you guys can consider too. Of course, not the exact same thing, but something similar. So leave me a comment below if you guys have worked on any passion projects that you've done in the past or are currently doing. I'd love to know what everyone is up to. And moreover, if you have an idea, you're looking for teammates, you're looking for, whether this is viable or not, leave that in the comments below too. Maybe there's a group of students who are looking to get involved in a similar like subject or area of interest, and maybe you guys can get together to do this passion project. And I want to tell you, like, not everything has to be in person. Like, the least that we've learned over this past 2 years is that we can do things virtually and be productive. So take advantage of those facilities, Zoom meetings and FaceTime and whatnot, and be productive, go out there, do your passion projects. But that's all I had for this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.